Hey, how's it going? Appreciate you for tuning in. So, a couple days ago, I did a short TikTok talking about the Drake May news as he's going to be the starting quarterback for the New England Patriots. I did say I was going to come up with a video to kind of expand on my thoughts and dig a little deeper into the Drake May decision. So, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this from the standpoint of what can Gerard Mayo, Alex Van Pelt, the coaching staff do to set Drake May up for success. They're going up against a Texans team that defensively will pose some potential challenges for the New England offense. So I kind of want to talk about that. And like I said, let you know best case scenario, I guess, for Drake May in his first start. So looking at it, Drake May is, hold on, shift that. So Drake May gets a start. He sat behind Jacoby Brissett for 5 games, kind of saw him operate. He took more reps in practice. I feel like it's a valid question that if Jalen Polk gets his heel down, Patriots win that game. Is Drake May starting? We'll never know. I mean, my whole thing the whole season was he's going to start week 7 over in London. Maybe that was going to happen either way, although, the Patriots obviously never told us that. But I guess with the loss, it made it the decision, I guess, easier to now turn it over to Drake May. And with that, I feel like we'll probably see a new energy behind the Patriots when they go out there for the first time with Drake May running out. And this is a home game, so I think the fans should have some anticipation for that first moment when Drake May runs out onto the field. Now, for Drake May, he's obviously going to have to temper all of that and not, let the moment be too big for him, because obviously that's going to be a big moment for a rookie, their first time starting. So I do think for New England, they can't completely close the playbook to him and make it just so vanilla that it's boring and very easy for Houston to guard against. They do have to be careful in the plays that they do call for Drake May. You don't want to overexpose him so that if he's too amped up, he's missing throws and with that potential turnovers, because that's the last thing you want. We saw this Houston Texans defense go up against Caleb Williams in his early in the season. I believe that was his first start. They kind of knocked him around. The Patriots' offensive line have had their issues, although Vidarian Lowe, who was playing left tackle against the Dolphins, graded out highly according to, I believe, Pro Football Focus. So if he can continue, I guess, the stellar play at left tackle, I feel like the offensive line could look better. I'm not going to sit here and say that they are a great offensive line. Have not shown that. Have no reason to believe that. But can they be better? Which might be more than enough for Drake May. Because Drake May, obviously, a different quarterback than Jacoby Brissett. Drake May, more mobile. I believe Drake May, you would say, has a better arm. And I'm interested to see, with the better arm, can he get Pop Douglas and these wide receivers more involved in the passing game? Now the question is going to be, is this the right opponent to air it out against? Glad you asked that, because looking at the numbers, no. The Texans are defensively 4th in yards per game, 3rd in passing yards per game, so they don't give up a lot in the passing game. They have a very athletic defense. They have a good front that can get pressure on opposing quarterbacks. They have guys on the back end who can cover. So throwing against this defense might be difficult. But the key is that third line right there. They're 17th in rushing yards per game. So they're right there in the middle of the pack. The Patriots are 8th in the league in rushing yards per game. So obviously it's going to be Patriots' strength, the running game, versus the weakness in the Texans' defense, their rush defense. So when you're talking about that, you're looking at these two, Ramondre Stevenson, Antonio Gibson. Antonio Gibson got the start last week because of Ramondre Stevenson's fumble issues. Ramondre Stevenson came in the second drive, had the 33-yard rushing touchdown. He didn't fumble. So maybe the example made worked. And hopefully you get like a week one Ramondre Stevenson against a Houston Texans team, like I said, is not great against the run. But you'd also like to think, since it is Drake Maye's first start, Houston's probably going to load up on the run. You know, put 8 in the box, have guys man up on the outside, and probably dare Van Pelt. Obviously, we don't know what the game plan is, because Van Pelt has said his game plan is quarterback specific. So Drake Maye has different talents than Jacoby Brissett, so we should see different layering in their plays and everything like that, which I'm interested to see what Van Pelt does in terms of play calling. So if the Patriots can establish the run early, that obviously works best for Drake Maye. The doomsday scenario would be the Texans slow down the run to the point that maybe the Patriots go away from it too early, because I know I just talked about Drake Maye in this, but Houston's offense is really good. I believe they're top 5 in terms of overall yards per game, passing yards per game. Now, points per game, they're kind of middle of the pack, so they don't necessarily capitalize on a lot of those yards. But if this is a game that gets away from New England early, and that defense can just pin its ears back and just target Drake Maye in obvious passing situations, might be a problem. So there needs to be some balance. And with that, probably like 70, maybe 75-25 running the ball. Like I said, 8th best rushing attack. That means the offensive line has been able to create spaces and gaps for these two to run through. Utilize it until Houston stops it. And with that, screen passes, would like to see some of those with Drake Maye. And I guess quick routes, slants, maybe zigs, quick outs, stuff like that. Get him up to speed. Don't throw too much at him all at once, because with Drake Maye getting his first start, this is now about his development this season to then hopefully hit the ground running next year, where you kind of work out some of the bad habits and everything like that, and he looks like a better player. Not necessarily this week, but maybe November he should look better than Sunday. December he should look better than he does in November. So then next year he should look better than he did in December. So that's where all this is heading to. Like I said, if they run the ball, the Patriots have a chance. They're a 7-point dog at home, so there's not necessarily a reason to think that they have a chance in this game, but I'm excited to see it. I think Patriots fans are ready for this. I just hope that there's some realistic evaluations after the game. You know, Drake Maye struggles. I don't need people saying, oh, he's a bust. If he performs really well, don't need people saying he's like the next MVP or something. Like, it's his first game. It is what it is. We'll let it be. I'll come back and do a video after the fact to give my thoughts on his performance. Like I said, I'm interested to see what Drake Maye can do. You let me know in the comments. What do you think? How do you think he does? Do you think he plays well? Do you think he struggles? Do you think this is the right decision to make this week? I would love to hear from you. Like I said, I thought maybe another week. But I thought that before the season. The way the season's kind of gone, it seemed like this week, next week, it was gonna happen. They decided to do it this week. I'm not mad at it, but I do hope that the game plan and everything suits his style and suits his abilities. That's my hope. So definitely appreciate you for tuning in. Like I said, let me know in the comments how you feel about Drake Maye and the decision to go to him as a starting quarterback, and how do you think he'll do. So enjoy the rest of your day. Be safe. God bless. And I'll see you in the next video. All right. I'm out.